Good morning, my dear students. Hope you all are doing good. Last week we have seen Social Civics Lesson 1 Understanding Diversity. This week we are going to see the continuation of the lesson. We have seen many topics like diversity, inequality, system, and historical and geographical features, etc. So this week we are going to give few examples for that historical and geographical factors which influences the diversity. Hope you all remember the structure of historical factor and geographical factor and how it happens. So let us get into the lesson today. We are going to differentiate two places in terms of historical and geographical feature today. That is Ladakh and Kerala. Ladakh. People here keep sheep and goats. The goats in this region are special because they produce pashmina wool. This wool is very costly and pashmina shawls are woven in Kashmir. Okay, so the people living in Ladakh grew many sheep and goats. Okay, these goats produce a special kind of wool known as pashmina wool. These wool is very costly. See, this is the pashmina shawl. Now let us see the geographical feature of Ladakh in detail. So, Ladakh is a mountainous desert. It shows that it is a mountainous region. Okay, it has only very little agriculture and does not receive rain and covered with snow. Only few trees are there. They don't have enough agriculture. What are the factors? They don't have enough agriculture, they doesn't have enough rain, and the area is fully covered with snow, and only few trees are available there. As I mentioned in the last session, their food habits and occupation will also differ according to their geographical factor. So the people living in Ladakh will grow many sheep and goats. They produce a special kind of wool called pashmina shawls, and they consume more amount of meat and milk products. So what we have seen in this geographical features of Ladakh, how it is, their occupation and food habit. We have seen all this in Ladakh. Now we are going to see historical factor of Ladakh. Ladakh lies in the eastern part of Jammu and Kashmir. It was a good trade route as it had many passes through which caravans traveled to Tibet. These caravans carried textiles and spices, raw silks and carpets. It shows that they have very good trading route, okay, from all the countries, and the caravans travel to Tibet. Okay, what this caravan carried? It carried textiles and spices, raw silk and carpets. They also produced all these things in their area and they traded all those things. Here is the exact historical factor of Ladakh. Okay, let us see what is it. Buddhism reached Tibet via Ladakh. Ladakh is also called Little Tibet. Okay, through which Buddhism has reached via Ladakh. Buddhism has reached Tibet via Ladakh. It is also a nearer area to Ladakh. So Ladakh is also called as Little Tibet. Islam community was introduced in this region more than 400 years ago, and we have a significant Muslim population here. Okay, this is the historical factor of Ladakh. Now let us see some quick notes on Ladakh. About geographical factor, it is in the eastern parts of Jammu and Kashmir. It is a mountainous desert. It has only little agriculture. It does not receive rain and it is covered with snow completely and has few trees. Okay, what is their occupation and food habit? They consume more amount of meat and milk products. Okay, their occupation is to produce pashmina shawls. Okay, what is there about their historical factor? Buddhism reached Ladakh via Tibet. So Ladakh is also called as Little Tibet. Okay, Islam has been introduced in this area about 400 years. We have a significant that Islam's lived there. Okay, so these are all about Ladakh. These are the geographical and historical factor of Ladakh. It is very simple. You make the important points. What I am telling. Okay, that is much enough. Now we can see the historical and geographical factor of Kerala. One side Kerala is covered with sea and the other side with hills. So it has both fertile land and climate, which produce rice, fish, vegetables, spices like cardamom, cloves are grown in hills. As it has fertile land, rice and vegetables are being grown. As I said, it is covered with sea as well. So fish production is also more in that area. And on the other side, it is rich in hill areas also. So they can grow spices like cardamom, cloves, etc. Okay, so all types of fertile things are there in Kerala. So this is their geographical factor. Now we are going to see their historical factors. Historical influence of Kerala happens because of the spice trade. They practice different religions like Judaism, Islam, Christianity, Hinduism. They introduced China chatti for cooking and China wala for fishing. Jewish and Arab traders were the first to come here. Who are the traders? Jewish and Arab traders. The apostle of Christ, Saint Thomas, is believed to have come here nearly 2000 years ago, and he is credited with bringing Christianity to India. Apostle of Christ means a messenger of Christ. His name is Saint Thomas. It was said that he introduced Christianity to India, and it was more than 2000 years ago. Okay. Children, I hope you all know Vasco da Gama, right? He is from Portuguese. The Portuguese discovered the sea route to India from Europe. When Vasco da Gama landed with a ship here in 1948 at Calicut. So, while finding the sea route to India from Europe, at first Vasco da Gama landed in Calicut. Okay, in that way they found the sea route to India from Europe. Now let us recall the important points of Kerala. Okay, what are the geographical factors? It has a fertile land and climate. One side is covered with sea and another side is covered with hill, so that they can produce enough amount of rice, fish, vegetables and spices like cardamom and cloves, etc. This is their geographical factor. They have a very good, very well fertile land and climate. They practiced many religions such as Judaism, Islam, Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, etc. They had Jewish and Arab traders for their trading. Messenger of Christ, that is apostle of Christ, Saint Thomas, brought Christianity to India. Okay, it was said that he brought Christianity to India before 2000 years ago. Okay, so these are all the geographical and historical facts of Kerala. So now you can see the difference between Ladakh and Kerala, my dears. You can differentiate, you can easily understand the different climatic conditions over here in these two places. Okay, all these are based on their geographical and historical factors. That is why this is one of the major reason for the diversity in India to take place. Okay, now let us get into the another topic. We are about to reach the end of the lesson. Last topic is unity in diversity. When the British ruled India, women and men from different cultural, religious and regional backgrounds came together to oppose them. Children, you all know that we were ruled by British once upon a time. Though we all are different from each other, we all together oppose them. We all fought against British for our freedom. Okay, it shows our unity. Though we all are different, we fought for a same goal. It shows our unity very well. India's freedom movement had thousands of people of different backgrounds in it. They worked together to decide joint actions. They went to jail together. There were many struggles and many fights for us against the British. So we suffered a lot together. Not individual particular religion or a particular group of people, or not based on color or anything else. We all as an Indian fought together against British. Many of them have gone for jail together at that time. It also shows our unity. So, Jawaharlal Nehru coined the phrase to describe our country. India's diversity recognized as a source of its strength. We proved it in many attempts, like our freedom movement. Jallianwala Bagh tragedy, it is one of the biggest tragedy in India. Okay, songs and symbols emerged during freedom struggle, national anthem. Though we all are different, we have different religions, we have different culture, we follow different rituals, we worship different gods. What is our national anthem? We all have same national anthem that was composed by Rabindranath Tagore, right? Why we all have a same national anthem? Because we all are Indians. That's why we have a same national anthem. Okay, and we all agree with it. So to prove this, Jawaharlal Nehru coined a phrase in his book which he wrote. The Discovery of India is the book name. He used the phrase unity in diversity. So he was the person who coined the phrase unity in diversity, which you read and learn in many places now. Okay. British used our Indian flag for protest against India during freedom. They have planned to rule us easily as we all are different. They plan to divide us so that they can continue ruling our country. But it doesn't happen because we all stood together against British and given our voice for freedom. So this is the best example for the phrase unity in diversity. Okay, my dear students, we have completed the lesson. We have came through many topics. Hope you all understood what is meant by diversity and the factors which influences diversity and many kinds of geographical and historical factors. Hope you all understood. I want you all to read your complete lesson line by line and understand the concept. If you have any doubt, please text in the WhatsApp. Thank you all.